at
the hub. Here we are.
Oh yeah.
Getting close to the big day. And anyway,
well, actually, the big day happened.
Was that yesterday?
It was Wednesday. This is Friday. We post on Fridays.
Yes. These aren't live. Are these live?
So, well, no, actually, I'm sorry. This is the Friday before Christmas. I'm so confused.
Yes.
So we show these live, but they're not live, which we're going to get to the reason that's confusing here in just a minute. So today is the 19th when we record this. This will show on the Friday, so then next Wednesday is Christmas.
Correct.
So looking forward to Christmas. But into my inbox this week delivered a new message from YouTube, and they changed their firearms policy. So previously you weren't allowed to show the building of a firearm, the building of a suppressor, or all these kind of things. They had rules. Okay, it's their platform. They're allowed to have their rules. Okay, they don't charge us $1 or a penny. They don't charge us anything to post on YouTube. So I guess we can use whatever we want. Some people decided when YouTube did some things they were going to go post on Pornhub. Pornhub. But I was like, yeah, I don't really
I don't think so.
I don't see a Get on Target Pornhub channel.
I don't.
No,
it even doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't sound right.
Doesn't
but
sound right.
I mean, it could be gunporn.com. But anyways,
maybe it should be gunfication.
And then there was another group that was going to start a channel, and I don't know what the heck they wanted, but they're not letting anybody do it. It costs a lot of money to be able to host videos online. It does.
Yeah, it takes a lot of room.
So this week, or last week, or just recently, they introduced this new rules that says you're not allowed to touch, manipulate, fire. So even if you're not shooting it, you're not allowed to touch the gun and play around with the gun, I guess, and while live. So live means, I think, live. So we post via a service called Restream, and it posts it as if live, but it's not really live. So I guess at some point, I would love if there was a telephone number I could call YouTube and say, hey, so here's the deal, here's what we do, is this okay? But you can't. You got to sort of like just risk it, go at it, and then see if they like it or not. That's the problem.
So is that what we're doing today?
I don't know. So there's a gun right here, and we haven't touched it yet. And there it is. Are you going to touch it?
No, just kidding.
Like,
no, don't touch it.
It didn't actually touch it.
Don't touch it. Actually, I wanted to talk about this gun, and
Okay.
then we can talk about the other. We're going to talk about a couple things today,
It's right
I guess.
there. It's right there. See?
There's a gun.
Yeah.
I
I don't know what to do.
didn't
I'm
either.
like, this is absurd.
Well, since I guess we decided we're going to talk about this gun a little bit more than we've shot these guns before.
Yeah.
Everybody knows our feeling on them. I was just going to throw a new idea out,
Okay.
and I guess we can do that without touching it.
Well, but let's talk a little bit about the touching, non-touching thing, because
It sounds like, is this an employee meeting?
I don't know. So
going on here?
here's, what do you think? So we could do this where, and the problem is we post on multiple channels and multiple platforms. Facebook doesn't have an issue with this, so I guess we could post it up as the live on Facebook without any issue until they decide that they don't want it either. I guess we can risk it, or we could do the reviews, have them post up live so the majority of it is up, and then post later the shooting of the gun and the manipulation of it. I mean, we could do that, right?
We can do anything you'd like to do, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
sure
we
we've
technically we shoot it
we have to get
separately.
used
We do
to
the
it.
shooting, but then I would just upload the shooting, and that would be much faster than an entire episode, I guess.
Okay, I guess
And
we'll do
people
that
could
next time.
just go look at the shooting.
But,
Anyways,
sometimes,
so anyways, talk
but
about
sometimes, even without shooting, we like to talk about the gun, and now we can't touch it. So, since we're doing it this way, unless we talk about it, then we touch it another time, and you inject that,
Yeah.
that'd be weird. We'll have different clothes on,
Well, no, I would still record it the same way we do it.
or just do okay. So it's more work for you.
Of course.
Okay, well,
Thanks, YouTube.
It's no more work for me, is it?
Really appreciate it. Not really. No,
Okay,
you
cool.
would shoot it. You would do it the same way we did. Because
Yeah.
it's not live, even though it's posted live. And that's what I'd like to be able to call YouTube and say, hey, if it's a produced piece that we're posting up as a live show, is that okay? Because I think, I don't know exactly what the issue is. I think what their issue is people are playing with their guns live and then shooting themselves or shooting stuff, and that's freaking people out. And I don't know.
But I mean, anything could happen.
Like I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. So I have no understanding of.
So let's try to talk about this
Okay.
without touching it. It's easy for us because we've used guns like this before. I wanted to use an analogy of a snub nose and why, and I think we're on the same page on snub noses, why we believe that they're a good first gun. We've done this before, why we like them as a first gun. But I'm trying to think, I'm liking it as a training device also right now. We'll get into it for a second.
Okay.
And I want to use this analogy. All of us have had, and I didn't bring a Leatherman with me because I thought we could touch this, but let's just pretend we had a Leatherman here. You have one in your pocket? No.
I got a Leatherman knife. It's not a Leatherman. But
don't touch that knife.
Well, are we allowed to touch knives?
Well, I can't touch the gun.
It just said guns.
Okay, so we've all had Leathermans before, and we carry them. I like a Leatherman. Of course, I'm not carrying one today. But I've never used my Leatherman and not complained that I wish I would have had a tool, because I've never used a Leatherman and another tool could have been better if I had the tool exactly for it. Let's just say I needed a pair of pliers.
Right.
I can make the Leatherman pliers work, but I've had pliers that work better.
Well, sure.
But they're in the garage.
Yeah, right.
I use a screwdriver, but I wish it was longer or a bigger handle. I don't have one, but it works. So I would say the Leatherman is like a jack of all trades, really a master of none, except it masters one thing: it's with you.
Well, no, it's carry. And you said it's not a Leatherman; it's a knife. But this
Leatherman, on there?
it has the bottle opener, it has a carabiner.
Okay, now I'm sure
it has a screwdriver that I'll tell you what. No, this is not the best Phillips
but it works.
But when I need a Phillips screwdriver and it's there.
And that's why we like the Leatherman.
Right.
Okay, even though it's a master of none per se.
I touched the knife.
Actually, there's other knife blades that feel much better than the blades on.
Oh yeah, the blades are better.
So I wouldn't think that Leatherman does anything better than a real tool would do, except you have it with you.
Yeah.
So we look at this gun for a second, and we think of all the down things that we don't. I got close. I'll move back. We think of the down things about this gun. Very difficult trigger, very high recoil rate for a light gun. Then we look at the things that it does. This gun, if you think of what it's designed for, which we're talking about personal defense from a concealed carry position where you're very close. I think I'm going to call this the Leatherman of guns for this reason. I think it does master one thing. So it's a jack of all trades. Why? Because you can carry it different ways. They don't jam. We can go through all this stuff. So it's a jack of all trades, but it is a master of one. And I would say I would doubt to find a gun in the 8 foot and under range that you would have with you all the time, that you could wear different ways, carry different ways, that would perform better than this. Because we already talked about it performing pushed against something. It doesn't jam. All the things this has going for it. So this is the jack of all trades, master of one.
Right.
Very close range, personal defense from a hidden situation. Not an offensive use, defensive use. But I think there's another reason why I think it's cool. And you know, I like the snub-nose revolvers because you always have them with you, maybe. You know?
Right, right.
And that's the fact that I think it's a very good trainer. I also think if you can master this, which we're getting people in classes all the time, people with no experience, people that are more elderly, that maybe don't have the grip strength,
right.
that can actually shoot these things and hit targets at 6 and 9 feet with that heavy trigger pull. And so I would venture to say this: if you can master this, and I mean not become professional, but actually shoot it and hit a target reasonable distance, very close range, you can shoot anything. This is not the easiest gun to learn.
There you go.
But it teaches you have to grip the gun heavier than you have to pull the trigger. And if you don't, this will tell you the first shot. I love this gun. So that's it. I'm sorry we can't touch it. We can look at it.
Yeah, more on that later. I gotta believe this is gonna evolve, at least the understanding of it.
So I'm gonna call this a training device.
Yeah. It's training us right now not to touch it.
Well, you almost touched it. But it's a training device, and it's also a very good gun, as good as anything at a very close range. And you have it with you. Because why do we like the Leatherman? We have it on our belt.
Right.
Why do we swear when the screwdriver folds over when we're using it? Because we're trying to torque it like a regular screwdriver or something, instead of trying to be careful with it. But it fills in the gap. That's what this does. Doesn't jam. And I say inexpensive. I know it's over $400. I think the Smiths are like $420, $430. I think those Rugers are $470 to $490.
Right.
I know they're expensive. But what they can do and how they can help you and protect yourself from a personal standpoint, I think they're a great gun. So this is the Leatherman now. So when people say, have a gun? No, I have a Leatherman that looks like a gun.
So stay tuned.
To the next installment.
We'll figure out touch or no touch. I'm Birdman.
And I'm Bruce, and be safe.
Okay. Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much, and keep it up. We'll keep going. Thank you.